Alright guys, so here we go. My name is Jay, also known as the Amazon Logistics Wizard. I've literally broken every single logistical record probably ever even attempted. I've been doing Amazon for about 4 years. I currently own 15 tractors with Amazon, currently doing Amazon. Amazon has been, to say the least, a nightmare. I've seen all the changes from the beginning, from literally when I first started. They used to put, by the way, when I first started, you had to have a minimum of 3 tractors, and Amazon gave us work. There was no load board. They used to put a sticker on our truck, and they used to scan it when we got to the guard shack. At that time, I was driving. I have since retired from driving. It's been about a year and a half now since I retired. I was very fortunate to become a millionaire doing Amazon. Literally, that's all I've done. I went through a brief period, which, I explained to you guys as we, as I get subscribers and everything, I'll break down what had happened. But, it's a cycle from October, November, December, January. Everything is good. There's so much work. And then what ends up happening is February, March, April, May, the work literally just dies. So imagine if you had 15 tractors and you couldn't get work and you had payments. By the way, I own every single one of my tractors. I have the titles to them, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm just talking. So I'm gonna, here and there, I'm gonna actually just pull things out just to show proof. But I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out the title folder, and these are all titles. All individual titles, just so you see. So I have 15 tractors. Most of them are 2014, 15 Freightliners, Cascadias. We have about 5 sleepers left, and the rest are day cabs. We have some single axles because, fortunately, Amazon, you can do single axles with Amazon. About 20%, 90% of Amazon loads are under 20,000 pounds, which is it's always been a blessing for me, only doing Amazon. But Amazon has changed so much, and the first piece of advice I'm going to tell you is that I really can't see how much longer we have with Amazon. Amazon could possibly pull the plug on the load board, and overnight you go from, I can go from making $25,000 to $75,000 a week to literally making zero. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is be smart with your money, invest, build your credit, do things the right way, so that way you have some type of future if Amazon completely pulls the plug, which I'm predicting is going to be within 2 to 3, 4 years. I plan to retire in 2.5 years. I'm 42 years old. That's part of the reason why I've been fighting doing a video like this. And I'm like, what, I have 2.5 years. If I could find people in other states that are doing Amazon, and we could kind of grow, and I can grow a community where we could all make money. I can teach you all the tips and tricks and how I grossed. My record was last year. In 1 week, I did $250,000 gross. My net pay was $102,000. That's what I brought home. So I am extremely grateful, blessed. I just bought a mansion. I became a millionaire November 13th, 2020. I know the exact day and everything because I was chasing money so long. I had a partner in the beginning. We ended up separating, and what ended up happening was I made some money from, it's sad to say, from the coronavirus. I was able to connect some deals, not even truck related. It had nothing to do with tractors. It was more PPE. We sold a bunch of medical masks and whatnot. So I took that money and invested it. I ended up buying 10 tractors. So I grew a fleet really fast. I have 24/7 dispatch, just so you know. So that's another thing. Like I said, I'm not going to get into everything because right now I'm basically trying to feel this out and see if I'm going to take people on. But let me tell you something, the potential, if you're willing to rock and roll, you got to put a lot of work. 24/7 dispatch. For the first year, last year, I just started closing on Sundays. Actually, this year, we close Sundays. We used to run 7 days a week. and we're gonna start running 7 days a week come October to the end of January, and we do that every year. As of right now, I have about 22, 24 drivers. So as you know, it's a constant headache. Maintenance is very important. There's just so much, so much to be on top of, and all the micromanaging with Amazon, getting suspended. And I'm just gonna give you one tip, just so you know. I don't have just one load board. That's the first thing. That's the only free piece of advice I'm gonna give you, or the only one thing that I'm gonna share with you is that I have multiple load boards. And that's imperative if you want to be successful, because Amazon can shut. I've gotten my load board suspended. Oh my God. I tell you, nightmares, man. The stress. I mean, the hair. I think my hair's falling out because of it. But thank God I was able to do what I do and maneuver. You know, I've done some real estate moves. I just bought a beautiful house. So everything, you know, has been very lucrative for me. I'm gonna start. I'm trying to figure out, like I said, I'm trying to figure this out, how I'm gonna set it up. But again, just so you know that I'm not playing, I wanted to just show you some quick numbers. Take the camera real quick. Like I said, I'm new to this. I'm rough around the edges. Like, just so you know, I don't even have a high school. I dropped out of high school my senior year. I've always been a hustler about getting money. You know, when I landed on Amazon and I saw the opportunity, I shut everything down. In 2018, I literally worked 5 consecutive months. And I was at that time, I had a partner and I had 7 tractors. And I literally got in that truck and I didn't get out from October, November, December, January, and February. You know, I made great money. We ended up going into debt when we left Amazon. I took us out of debt. I mean, what I always tell people, you know, the reason why I'm a millionaire is because I was able to do what the 1% never does. You know, so, I mean, you know, 99% of the people will never do what I did. And that's work 5 days a week, the amount of work, sacrifice. And I've been getting into a lot of motivational books like the last year. And, you know, the one thing, it's all the same thing. They tell you the same thing: hard work, sacrifice, perseverance, keep pushing forward, think positive. It's not rocket science. You know, anybody can do it with the right mentality. You know, you educate yourself. I'm constantly online. You know, my credit. I just sold a property that I lived in the basement. I literally lived in the basement. It was a 2-family. I rented out the first and second floor. I sacrificed, and I just closed on the 22nd, April 22nd, 2021, and I walked away with a check, $258,000 net. You know, so that was a blessing. So again, I want to show you something real quick with this, and I don't really want to show you too much, but these are the tractors. In fuel, I spent $9,315, and this was the week of. And I don't want you to see the this is April 17th, 11th to the 17th. That was last week's payroll. All right, so I don't want to show you the names of the boards and stuff like that, but I'm going to show you. I have a total of 15 tractors. That's the fuel. So in 1 week, I spent $9,315. These are all my employees right here. So I spent $23,561. 2 operations managers. This guy actually lives in the country Guyana. He doesn't even live in America. He's out there killing them, making $3,200 in a week. It's really $3,000. But for 1 week, the gross was $93,707. See, the employees, fuel, Easy Pass, $15,000. Is motherfucking Easy Pass, man. It should be illegal to what they're doing to business people like us. $7,500 in weekly expenses. $6,200. We call them the bushwhackers. That's my 2 operations managers. $2,039 in maintenance. That's very low for this week. Hiring every week is a constant struggle. I fired over, I would say, 40 drivers in the last 2 years. So I ended up making last week $25,151, and that is during a slow time of the year. So you can easily see how, you know, how lucrative this business has been for me. I mean, I have everything broken down. I can go you know, I can just keep going all the way until January. Look, I pull a random page, random number. Let's go right here. Look at this, February 28th to March 6th. So let me get this out real quick. Let me hide the, so I'm gonna show you the date first. So this is the date. So it's February 28th to March 6th. That's actually not that, you know, that was right there. But look at the gross. I'm gonna show you the gross now. 154,000 in 1 week, 15,000 easy pass, 6,500 weekly, 13,000 that week in fuel. Obviously more hours, 30,000, 11,000 owner operators, 9,200 is the bushwhackers, 400 to hire. I ended up making $55,981 that week. So, I mean, again, my whole thing, I'm actually working on some motivational speaking, and my whole thing is honesty. Like, I want to be honest with everybody who's viewing this channel and subscribing to the Amazon Wizard channel, because, you know, there's a lot of bullshitters out there. I'm not, like, I'm honest. I'm a real dude. You know, I grew up, you know, very poor. My mom was on welfare. Look, I smoke marijuana. And by the way, that's another free tip I'm gonna give you, man. Make sure you medicate, because if you don't medicate with this Amazon, man, you might end up killing yourself, man, for real. So, little medicine don't hurt nobody. So I'm a real guy, you know, who was fortunate enough to bust his ass, see an opportunity, seize the opportunity, and, you know, basically set himself up. At this point, you know, I'm in the process of possibly buying 9 tractors. So I'm going to grow the fleet to 24 trucks. This is going to be a channel where, again, it's going to be exclusive. I don't want to deal with a bunch of people because, again, Amazon is very cutthroat. Like I told you, super cutthroat. So, you know, I want to make sure that I get to select the people. I'm looking possibly for like 3 people from each state. So if I can do that and start training people, what I want to set up is online calls. You know, just sit there with you, set up, you know, weekly calls where maybe we get a community on Zoom. We have like, you know, 15 people or 20 people on at the same time, and everybody's, you know, basically helping each other. How can we stay on top of the game? Amazon's constantly switching things. So again, I'm real excited. Just so you know, last year I grossed almost $6 million with Amazon. $6 million. So I had a hell of a year. I could only imagine what's going to be this year with 20. I'm shooting for 30 tractors, but you know, God is good. Again, this is for serious people. If you don't have money and you're struggling, like, I'm not gonna sit here and teach you and you know, be your consultant for a year, because again, my time is extremely valuable. So, you know, this is for people who are a little bit more established, people who got other routes, got trucks, who maybe want to, you know, set up an Amazon 24/7 thing and basically do these type of numbers. Again, $250,000 gross. At that time, I had 17 tractors for peak season. So do the math on that. I mean, you can't really beat that, man. Like, it's almost, some people think that I'm lying. And again, that's why I'm so big on telling the truth and being honest with the community, because, you know, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit. I don't want anybody who's going to be a part of this to be bullshitting me. So I'm going to set something up super special. And like I said, man, anybody who's interested, send me a message. I'm going to put my email, and we go from there, man. We try to make some money. My whole thing is, how can we bleed Amazon? And by the way, Jeff Bezos is probably the best thing. One of the best things that happened in my life was Jeff Bezos. As crazy as that may sound, you know, he afforded me the ability to, you know, break into this, to create this machine that, you know, is generating me, you know, between $25,000 to $100,000 a week. So, I mean, for that, thank you, Jesus, for sending Jeff Bezos down here. But other than that, if you're interested in the program, reach out to me, and we go from there, man. God bless everybody, and make money, man. Set up your family, generational wealth. That's what it's about.